Well, for
we
me.
have more technique, then we have ethics, then we have personal injury.
I'm out,
and
by the way.
then
I'm gone, so I'm not me.
We'll be going home early.
Good. Let's enjoy ourselves, right? We're all chiropractors. We have fun with what we do. I'll show you a video in a second for one, too. My patients in the past for one also. Adjusting is what we do as chiropractors for the most part. Some people are if you want to call it non-force for one also, which is fine. And it's all good. But how do we make sure our patients understand as chiropractors what is the adjustment for, right? Okay. How many people in chiropractic for more than for myself, I've been 22 years now, more than 20 years. Anybody else? I'm the oldest. Oh, good. I'm not the oldest person in the room. Good. And then how many doctors, obviously, are solo practice? Anybody? Fantastic. So you guys are the best people to come in today. If you want to get adjusted, let me know. Boom. I'm gonna start probably once every half hour or so. Get adjusted. I'm gonna have you adjust me also because I missed my partner this week, so he was on vacay. I work with I'm in a practice in Upland, California. You guys know where Upland is? Upland, by Ontario Airport, way out there, Inland Empire, by the desert. There's animals out there. Can kind of get after you if you want to. It's hot out there sometimes. It's cold sometimes too. No big deal. Practiced for 20 years, like I said, 22 years actually. Associate for 2 years. Been in my practice for 20. We just moved our practice. We are a high volume practice. We see some little bit PI, mostly good insurance and cash for ones. About 300 people a week. That's what we do. I like to push on people, adjust people all day long. I tell them I crack backs and necks all day. That's what I do. You know, I do a workout class in the mornings on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a CrossFit, and they go, "Can you hit my low back, my mid back?" I'm like, "Sure I can." You know, for all these free people, I just want their free adjustments. You ever get that with family? You know, you're like, "Hey, I get this." I'm like, "Of course you do." Lie down. You ever have your family go, "Hey, can I get what's it called? A disability permit?" You ever get that? It's the worst. And when I first came out of practice, I was the worst thing. My dad got one, my uncle got one, my grandmom got one. Even my father-in-law, he was like, "I got this toe thing." I'm like, "You're a vet. Get your own stuff from your veteran VA hospital stuff." So they always go after, what else can you do, right? Do you ever get questions still? This is 2024. Can you prescribe medication? All the time. You know, people just don't know what we do. You know, if we have to be open to go. Someone 2024, even though we've been practicing for a long time, people will still understand what we do. So can you communicate our field better with our patients? And this is what I'll go over. And again, this is all stuff you guys already know. This is not new. But can we make sure we do it the right way? Because when you're in school, what school for? Who went to Southern California University of Health Sciences or LECC back then? Anybody? Yeah, me too. Well, school's to pass the boards. Pass the boards. Then you go out and go, now what do I do? Uh-oh. You know, how many doctors obviously, went and volunteered before you started your practice? Fantastic, right? I got lucky to where I came out of school and back then, everyone remember the yellow pages back in the day? You guys remember those yellow pages? Younger doctors, the youths, whippersnappers? That's how I took my alumni list from LACC, took the yellow page, go, whose doctors in my area I want to kind of work with? The yellow pages back then were based on how much you could pay for the front page ad, double truck color, it was like the Cadillac of yellow pages. And so I took those and went and volunteered with about 4 different doctors after my second semester. So by the time I graduated, I gained enough experience to go, okay, which doctors want to work with, what's going on. I didn't start with my practice now. I started with another doctor in Rancho next to us, and I kind of came in and bought into my practice. But a lot of it is, can you help? If anything, my job now, being 50 years old, I'm old, 50 years old. Who's 50 and over? You don't have to raise your hand, it's up to you. When I turned 50 almost, I get this card in the mail. It goes, ARP card. It goes, welcome to your 50s. I'm like, thanks, buddy, appreciate that. But a lot of it is, can we, as we get into a practice and enjoy practice, being a younger doctor, say mid-season, or myself, kind of getting to where I have another few years left and I'm almost done, now get to the point where we can actually pay it forward. I have interns in my office all the time, from Cal State Fulton down the street, local high schools, even the ROP program down the street too. They come to my office to go and volunteer. Why is having people come in your office and volunteer important? Because it helps you stay on your game also. I want to make sure they understand, hopefully from my standard, a good sense of bedside manner and how we help our patients so they leave happy. They leave cared for. It may not be an adjustment sometimes. I have people come to my office just for an x-ray. They want to see what's going on in their body. Their physical therapist, their massage therapist, they're even their medical doctor saying, hey, go see those chiropractors. They have an x-ray machine in their office. Go take an x-ray, find out what's going on. If you ask your medical doctor, if you just start with your medical doctor, I want an x-ray of my back. How long does it take to get an x-ray through your primary care physician? How many weeks do you want to wait? Or an MRI? How many months do you want to wait? So we have in our office, that's our privilege per se. We've had it for a long time. And having an x-ray in your office allows us to see the problems right away. Now that's my thing. You don't need an x-ray all the time, but can we get help our patients immediately with what they want help with versus waiting with their primary care physician, then their physical therapy, then their then their specialist. So they come in our office, especially after COVID, as you guys know, we become their next day doctor. I had someone last night on Yelp message me and go, hey, can I see you next week? I'm like, we're open Monday, I'll see you Monday, a current patient. So there's no waiting period for us, if that's what you guys want to do. So I'll go through them real quick for you too in a second. A lot we talked about today's communication, right? We talked about earlier with Veronica is violations. What's the best way to prevent violations? Communicate well with your patients. What are you doing? I'm over here, I'm gonna adjust your neck. I'm here gonna adjust your neck. You hear some popping in your neck maybe here and there. That point in your back also too. If you have my office, I have closed rooms. If the patient feels uncomfortable, if I feel uncomfortable, I leave the door open. You know, if they prefer, they can close the door. You know, so you have to make sure. I have a buddy of mine in pediatrics. He runs a big network, and he's the go-to doctor when there's a problem, and there's a problem with a violation, especially with kids too. Sometimes kids come with their parents, sometimes they don't. Is the doctor touched me? I wasn't happy with what the doctor did, being a child or teenager. So he has to go through, what did the doctor do? And number one thing he told me when I played golf a couple weeks ago is make sure you communicate with your patient what you're doing every step of the way. Have either, if they're under 18 obviously, have someone in the room or leave the door open so there's no question of privacy. So give yourself the if you want to call it courtesy of not having problems happen to you. Because what happens with the state board, if someone files a violation against you and goes, hey, you did this, are you innocent till proven guilty or guilty till proven innocent? Almost guilty to proven. The state's there to protect people from chiropractors, people from doctors, people from anybody. We send a check every year to the state. It gets almost more and more every year. I don't know why. At that point, that check is there to police us against violations. Keep yourself safe. Keep your, if you want to call it, chance of something happening safe, by communicating well with your patients, even with the patient's parents also if you treat kids, so everybody knows you're on the same page. You know, make sure your patients are, if you want to call it, happy patients. I'll show you in a second after this video what I mean by that. This is something I'll show you in a second. But you want to make sure, if anything, your communication is well from day one, right? People come in your office all the time. The staff know in my office, when they schedule, I want to know their name, if their insurance, if they're cash personal injury, we don't take work comp in office, and who referred them in. From there, it's up to me to figure out, are they going to be a patient in my office? Are they a chiropractic patient? Do you need x-rays? Where do we adjust their body? If they're pregnant, no x-rays, obviously. But how do we make sure we're keeping ourselves safe and help patients understand this is about them getting better? And what's the number one thing you want to do when someone walks in your office, or even your staff too? What do people want to hear when you walk in your office? What's the first thing you want to hear? What's the most important thing to a person? Excuse me?
You welcome them.
You welcome them.
Smile and say it's nice to see you.
First impression, right? I tell my interns all the time, how many times do you get a chance to make a first impression? One time. And if you can say their name, the staff knows Sally's coming in today at 9 o'clock. You don't recognize them in the office. They come in kind of like, is this the right office? Go, hi, Sally, welcome to our office. When the staff can know the person's name or yourself too, on a first visit basis and ongoing, they feel comfortable with you. It's not generational, it's just life per se. How do we make sure our patients feel comfortable with us? So coming in with their problem, their first chiropractic adjustment, they're going to be a little bit, they're maybe anxious, scared. I call it excited. That's just the way I use. Could you use more positive words sometimes. The therapist told me that one time. If they're excited, okay, I tell them, I was asking during their initial exam, maybe x-rays, whatever it was, a patient. Is this your first time here? First time? Yeah. First time seeing a chiropractor? Yeah. I'm like, I'm excited for you. They go, oh, thanks, doc. Appreciate it. So you want to make them feel like this is important. This is important to me as well to them. And I'll go later on too, but what is the 3 reactions when someone's first adjustment? What's the 3 reactions? Common reactions. What do you think? 3 common reactions. Laughing. You ever hear that? Someone laugh when they get their first adjustment? Crying. Emotional sometimes. Guys and girls. And also Tourette's. Happens, right? Or they speak in tongues or something like that. I had one lady come in. She came with her daughter. She was from Mexico, coming for visiting for her family. Her neck was that bad neck. And first time she goes, Madre mia. Her daughter started laughing. It was great. A thick accent. It was great. But a lot of it is, I like the first adjustment because for me, it's almost like a random chance of those 3 things. It excites me, and I tell them afterwards, especially if a spouse in the room, I go, we're going to have 3 different reactions. You tell me which one you saw. So it makes it fun, almost not, I want to say fun, but brings down the tension in the room. Because people see adjustments all the time on YouTube, Instagram, Facegram, tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to call it. All of them, right? So they go, what is that? So they want to hear the pop. So can we make sure we're excited for them, but in a safe, fun way versus a scary, what's going to happen type of way? It makes it more, again, first impression, right? First adjustment. Someone always remembers their first adjustment. I remember my first adjustment. I remember giving my first adjustment. We were in chiropractic school. I had my patient Sean, or not, my roommate Sean. I was practicing adjustment. I can't get it. All of a sudden, I had him here. I pushed on his mid back, and it popped him. I ran around the room for 5 minutes. I'm like, yes, I got my first one. 24 years ago-ish. So you always remember the first one. And so can we remember that for our patients? This is their first time getting adjusted, their first visit with a chiropractor. Can we, one thing, give them a higher standard of care versus their medical doctor? What happens when you get your medical doctor for the first time? What happens your first visit? You're in the room for how long are you waiting in the waiting room for? 45 minutes? I bring a book. I even tell the staff, hey, I got paperwork in my car. Here's my number. Call me when I'm due. I'll be in my car, do my paperwork. You go, what? Okay, whatever. Then you go see a doctor and they sit there where they have their iPad, right? Like this, iPad, and they go, okay, Mrs. Jones, I see you have some problems going on. Tell me the problems. They're here the whole time. Okay, got it. Okay, the nurse will be right with you. I'll see you next time. What was that? That's medical standard of care, right? Can we sit with a patient like this? Person sitting down here, they're sitting down, and they do what? In the room, you come in the room and go, hi, Mrs. Jones, how are you? I sit with them, and if they're, you guys know the term like attracts like? Heard that before? If someone's sitting here like this, if you want to become their friend or friendly with them, they want to be able to open up to you, you sit like this also. If they cross their leg, you slowly cross your leg. If they talk in a high volume, you talk in a high volume. You're trying to gain their trust so they can trust you as a chiropractor they've never seen before, they've never had a chiropractic adjustment before, to help them with their problem. Can we mimic their mannerisms for the first 5 minutes of your visit with them to either talk at a high volume, low volume, slow, fast? If they use the word sciatica, what they tell me, someone told me this week something weird. I'm like, I gotta remember that for Saturday, but I forgot. It's things you can use to go, oh yeah, that's it, sciatica. Oh yeah, we treat sciatica all the time, right? I have this pressure in my back. That's what we treat. We take pressure out of your back, So can you get them to go, yeah, I'm in the right place. Yeah, I like this doctor. For some reason, he acts like me. We have the same personality per se. And down the line you can go, this is sciatica, this is sciatica. Really go, okay, that's how you say it, whatever. But can you not, if you want to call it respect the patient, but show them that common courtesy, hey, I'm here to help your problem. This is how I communicate my problem to you. At that point, go on their page. Then once you have their trust, then get them over to your side. Here's how it really helps. Then you gain their respect because you listen to them first. Versus being the medical doctor or even a chiropractor too, where they go, lie down, let's get you adjusted. All right, why? I don't know, let's just lie down. You know, that happens, right? How many people get patients from other chiropractors? I do, all the time. I go, and they call like mad too, like, I want to see your chiropractor. Why? This chiropractor didn't help me. Like, that's great. Let's see what I can do different. You know, I'm like, great. I have to now fix that thing that they messed up. Now get back to what real chiropractic is. Again, first impression. Can you change that impression? I had one guy come in from Kansas. It was from Kansas, doing Costco work, contractor, and he goes, I'm coming to your area. I've seen 3 chiropractors in your area. I've been here for 3 months. No one can pop my neck. Can you pop my neck? I'm like, I think so. Why can't, and I'm in my head, why can't they pop their neck? So a lot of it is, can we do something different for the patient to make sure they're getting the right care they want? And when they tell you, which is great, right? When they tell you, I need this, this, and this done, this person do this, what are they showing you? Their hand. If you ever play poker, I don't play poker, I don't gamble. When someone shows you your hand, you know exactly what they want. If someone says nothing during your initial patient exam, what do you have to do? Now you go fishing. I don't like going fishing. I go to the store for fish. Get out of the way. Frozen fish from Sam's Club. Easy, quick. Defrosted, air fryer. Boom, eating, done. But can we make sure we're doing that when someone says like, man, I talk like, when a patient says, I talk like, no, you're actually sharing our information with me. I go, I like when patients tell me what they need. Makes my job easy. They go, okay, thank you. But I also have opposite. When I see a patient often enough, I tell my staff I have a 5-minute rule. You guys have that? You know what that is? Patients, if you watch this video, patients don't listen to this part. You know what a 5-minute rule is? If I'm in a room more than 5 minutes, I'm done talking. I've seen this patient before. I don't need to hear all their stories all the time. You know, so I want to make sure I have rooms filled. I got to go see other people. I'm like, let me tell you about my weekend. I'm like, that's great, Sally. I'd like to hear about your weekend, every day. No. I go, I'll staff come in and go, Doc, I have another patient in the room that needs to see you so you get to work. Because sometimes people that are off or retired for one too. Or, Doc, I have attorney so-and-so on the line and he's talking about that case. Okay, I'll be right back. She goes, oh, almost done. Okay, good. You know, so you get them moving per se. You know, and again, you don't want to waste time because if I'm impatient, I would go to rest with my wife and there's tables open and there are servers standing around and no one's helping us. I go, let's go. I just walk out. Wife goes, again? I'm like, yes. If you're not willing to help, if your first impression is you're going to be a slow time in your office, that's going to be, their impression is that's going to be slow every time. So I make sure my patients that have to get to work, they get priority. And my patients know that too. I have a lot of UPS employees, they come in right before work, boom, get adjusted, they have their browns on and get to work. Patients that are seniors or are not working, they go second. We go, how come they went first? Because they're going to work. You're not working. Sit down. I'll see you third then, fourth. You know, you gotta have a standard of care to make people priority. Respect their time. Again, you guys know this stuff. This is easy stuff. Don't you have a busy practice for one too? So, quick video. This is the endpoint of patients' visits. I've seen about probably 15, 20 times. You know, I see them all the time. But when you see people enough, they share your story. And part of it too, this is why I videotape this stuff also, then Ms. Veronica will take some pictures in a second too, is I want people to understand, again, Yellow Pages before, right? Yellow Pages? Who still use Yellow Pages? Anyone? Anyone put ads in there? Pay for it? Pay $1,500 a month for the big book, and I paid, I think, $1,200 a month for the small book for like 5, 10 years, or probably 10 years, until it died. I still use it as a doorstop. Great doorstop. It's heavy. The door won't move. But since then, what have you done to adapt, communicate chiropractic to your patients, to your community, to the world? Have you done YouTube, Facebook, a website, TikTok, whatever it's called, TikTok, sorry, Instagram, all the stuff too. Do you guys use that stuff? You know, I put stuff all the time. This is a compilation, if you want to call it, of some of my patients that are just, they're fun patients, you know? But also, when someone leaves you a review, say on Yelp or Google, you respond right away. I get a notification from, it was Ishmael. He's left a message last night at 9:45. I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. I'm done. I'm 50. I'm old. I'd be in bed before, once the sun goes down, I'm out. So I got a message this morning, I was walking my dog before I came here. At that point, sure, I'll see you on Monday. Respond to your text. I turn notifications for all my reviews, Yelp, Google, Facebook, Instagram, all the stuff too. So I want to make sure they know they can contact my office right away. They know it's me. I'll talk to my office, even when we're not there, they can still contact us. I had someone over the weekend, a couple years back, leave a 1-star review. I was pissed. I'm like, mother, who is this guy? Find out, it's like a long review, it's like a paragraph, it's like a whole book. Find it's a same office name in I want somewhere in the Midwest. I'm like, whew, okay. Respond right away to Sunday morning. Hey, sorry, got the experience, got the wrong office. Before I sent the message, I screenshot the whole story of his bad review. Every Monday morning, and once I sent him the message, he deleted it and said, hey, apologize. Every Monday morning we have our office meeting. And we go over all the stuff from last week, good, bad, what can change, what the plan is for this week, all our numbers and stuff. I go, hey, before we start the meeting, I have something to show you guys. We got a 1-star review. They all get pissed. They're like, who the heck was it? We're going to find them. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, first of all, we're not going to execute anybody today. We're going to make sure that we find out what's going on. I read the review like, that's not us. It's not us, but it could have been us. So stay on your toes. Your reviews are your reputation. People don't even know you. They don't know you, but it could be something to where, hey, I'm not going to go there. Even though I don't know that office, It's like my wife, we go to Central California, Hawaii once a year. We go up north sometimes. Other trips here and there, right? She goes, where do you want to eat? I'm like, I don't really care. She goes, she'll go, as we're going there, she'll go on Yelp and I think one of the food ones too. She'll look up all the reviews. And she'll go, where do you want to go? So she'll go, you choose. I'm like, I choose. She goes, their stars aren't good enough. Not enough stars. They only have a 4-star. And I'm like, then why am I choosing a restaurant if I keep getting denied where to go? So I go, how many stars do you want? How many 5 stars you want? And want to make sure how many no 1 stars you want, whatever it is. No, you want how many 1 stars do you not want? So then she go, well, I'm like, you choose the restaurant. And restaurants for me are no big deal because when we go out to eat, what's the biggest thing? What's the biggest category? Protein, carbs, and fat, right? When you go eat, what flavor do you want? So if you're married or in a relationship, whatever it is, we start arguing about where you want to go eat. It's like, okay, what's the important thing? What flavor do you want of your protein, carbs, and fat? Simple, right? So talking about reviews again, going back to reviews, is making sure that your reputation in your community is going to be 5-star. I have people all the time contact me for social media stuff. Hey, I want to get you 30 new patients. Who gets the emails or phone calls or messages on your Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, whatever? I want to get you 30 reviews, and they go, well, first of all, I'll take a quick phone call with no big deal on the way to lunch, whatever it is, or come back from lunch. And they ask me, like, how come you have all 5-star reviews? I go, well, simple. I know where everybody lives, right? These are all your patients. You have their address. You can always find them if they don't give you a 5-star review. So you have to make sure. They go, okay. But when you have enough of stuff out there, videos, educational stuff too, you're transparent with your visits and what you do with your patients, at that point they go, I know what they do. I had someone come in yesterday, she's pregnant, she's doing for 4 weeks. I go, why do you come to our office? Because you're up reviews. What else did you see? Saw some of your videos. So you treat pregnant women. This is why I'm pregnant, obviously, I can see that. You're about to blow up. But a lot of it is, can you get people on your reviews or videos that help them see someone like them? Again, like attracts like, right? Can you make sure you're showing a variety of people in your office that can be like the next person you're going to see? And again, we're in practice I'm in practice for about 22 years in my office. I'm the 5th doctor there. It's been practiced in 1982, I think, 1982. So we have a lot of patients that have been coming for a long time. Generational families for one too. So we're about half our patients, 60%, 50 to 60% per month that we check comes from patient referrals already. But where are your other patients coming from that you want to treat for the first time? Be their first chiropractor. And maybe they're a lifetime chiropractor to help them stay healthy long term. Okay, quick video. More of a break from me for one too. I think it's like 2 minutes long, 3 minutes long. Just enjoy it. You guys already see this stuff. This is your patients in my office, right? You guys have all the results already. Simple. Take a break.
Ever since I started coming to the chiropractors, it's made a difference in how I sit down at a desk and also how I work out. I'm able to have better positions in posture, sitting down and doing exercises, squats, something that I've never done. But now I can do it thanks to the chiropractor. Looking at all the locations here in Upland, your office had the youthfulness of doctors that were here, professionalism that seemed to coincide with what you teach here.
And by coming here, I've been able to minimize the amount of medication that I take. My back actually feels better, and I'm still cutting back on the medication as we speak.
I'm just amazed that in 1 week, I didn't have to charge him into my electrical charge going into my feet. And I was just really amazed about that.
With the combination of the adjustments and working out and straightening my back, I definitely noticed a difference in how I feel. The upper shoulders weren't as tight. Like I remember looking over my shoulder, like my blind spot when driving would kind of tense up. And then there was a point too before I started visiting this chiropractor where it would hurt to breathe, like to inhale, it would be so tight. So with everything I've been doing, sticking to a good schedule, and like I said, exercising and coming here for my adjustments, I definitely noticed a difference, not only in the way I feel, but also by looking at the x-rays. I can definitely see the neck kind of cracking and stuff.
Sorry.
So I definitely look forward to coming back for any necessary adjustments in the future.
And it helped me function through the day, but I was still in constant pain. I still felt constantly foggy from both the pain and from the medication. And after 2 years of that, nothing was working. I was basically ready to give up. After I think it was 4 weeks of treatment, I was actually able to go to Mexico for a week for my cousin's wedding. I was able to do everything. It was zip lining, it was rock climbing, horseback riding, surfing. I was able to
It's magic, right? We do his magic. I don't know. How that works.
I was able to think of something besides the pain for once, which was really nice. It was, it was the first time I'd cut loose, and since before I got hurt, and I'd forgotten how good it felt to be able to do that again. And honestly, I don't think I'd been able to do it if I were coming.
Out of the 7 days a week, I would probably have 2 good days.
How much medication percentage-wise do you think you've decreased versus what you're taking, say, even 4 or 5 months ago?
I probably went down to 80%.
What would you want to tell people about what we do? What's if there's one thing that we do to help people?
I would say you gotta try it, because I mean, I've tried everything. I've tried natural medicine, I've tried acupuncture, I've been searching for it. I've like been all over the place.
Maybe better tell the difference. Every time I wake up in the morning now, I'm not stiff. I go home and I do my regular daily walkings. I do a little exercise with my kids. I'm able to do that now without being cracking up. So yeah, I wake up in the mornings, I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I'm 34 years old. Right. Now, why I recommend you guys to come, because now the things that I do miss, when because I'm sick or so, it's like I need to get my fixing. I gotta get snapped, cracking and popping.
Your comedy patients, right? Who has comedy patients? Funny ones? Like, it's great. Entertains you too. That's the thing, as you saw in the video too, as you guys already have and have your patients also, is how do we make sure their quality of life improves? When I see patients for the first time for the adjustment, I go, what do you want out of this? Well, I want to be out of my pain. Well, why? And you go, what do you mean why? Because the medical doctor won't ask that, right? Why do you want to be out of pain? Well, I can't play with my kids anymore. I can't do what I want to do. I feel like I go to work, I come home, and I have no energy. I go to sleep, I wake up, and I have the same energy I had before. I don't recharge. So I want to make sure that they understand it's not about the pain, it's about getting themselves healed so they can do what they want to do. I had a patient come in yesterday. I talked about the pregnant patient. She's 4 weeks out from delivering. I go, how do you sleep? She goes, not good. I go, do you have a lot of headaches sometimes? Sometimes I do. So I go, no, your back's the problem today, but okay if I adjust your neck too. So she goes, that would be great, because I said your neck nerves here, as you guys know, they control your sympathetic, parasympathetic, so they make your body stay under stress versus being relaxed. So I adjust her neck seated, boom, boom, she goes like this, takes a deep breath and she goes like this. I'm like, what's that for? Give me a high five. I'm like, of course, yeah, of course. So can we get them to understand, yeah, their pain might be here in their back, but what's really causing, what's their overall life like? And if you have patients where they come in, chronic pain, what does that cause in their body? We talked about a second ago, is it makes their body feel sometimes overstressed. So what they felt like before their pain, they can handle that stress, right? Kids, family, auto insurance going up, all the stuff we deal with in California especially, it's the best in the world. So things like that, they're like now like they're always grouchy, they're always tired, they're always stressed, they're always tense. And that goes from when someone's overstressed in chronic pain, what happens next? Sometimes you become anxious. The anxiety comes like, okay, how do you read in your office? How do you read that into your office? How do you see that with a patient? Do you ask them up front you go, hi, Mrs. Jones, welcome to your first visit. My first question for you is, are you stressed? No. You kind of read it through their quality of life, their history, as you talk to them for one also. Have you started doing less things? Yeah, it kind of hurts when I do stuff. Have you started sleeping less? Or sleeping where you don't recharge? Yeah. That's my number one thing. I go, if you're not sleeping well, how does it make you feel the next day? Tired. Does that make you feel sometimes overstressed end of the day? Yeah. Have you ever felt like you're anxious? What do you mean by anxious? Feel like, I just don't want to do anything. You feel like your body's responding to stuff too quickly. And you go, yeah. Have you ever been told you might be depressed for a medical doctor? Yeah, that's why I'm here, because I've been on medication for 2 years, and now they want to send me to a psychologist. Ever get those patients? I had someone come in, and she came in last October. She's only 24 years old, diagnosed with, she had severe neck pain, shoulder pain, and insomnia. Nurse, sleeps 2 hours a night. I don't want a nurse sleep 2 hours a night. Can't function that way. So she went, all the medication she took, doctors finally said, we can't find anything wrong with you, go see a psychologist. Psychologist goes, look, well, there's nothing wrong with you mentally. We don't know what's going on. We don't know. In my office, my partner and I treated her for 6 weeks, sleeping 6 hours a night, working out again, happy again. When someone's anxious, depressed, overstressed, I go, and after once they say, feeling better, I go, do you still feel grouchy? They go, no. Because you got to get to them, okay, you're improved, you're getting better. So my thing when someone has back pain with, not anxiety, but overstressed or feeling that stress state, I go, yeah, your back pain's there. I'll give you that. We're going to help you with back pain, but I want you sleeping better. I want you feeling less stressed. That's more important to me, and they know to them, than the pain itself. So you almost have to go, you have to give them priorities. Your pain is from your back, your stress is from here. You got to almost reprioritize what's important to them long term. Why is that important as a chiropractor to do that for them? So they don't think the one visit is going to fix everything. The one visit is going to fix all of that? No. You have a lot of things going on. You didn't even know you had problems going on. They're going to help you get through. When I say someone get through, that means it may take 3, 4, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it is, so they feel that benefit of sleeping better, less pain, and also their quality of life improves. No longer grouchy, right? That's the plan. Okay, so a couple more things on here. You guys have all seen this before too. Here we go. That one there, let's maximize it, boom. This is what I have my front door. Okay, it says, beneath every treatment or procedure, there's a life which is loved by someone, a person of dignity and worth who's unique to the eyes of God. The task of a physician is to cure occasionally, to relieve often, and to comfort always. So when I'm leaving my office for the first time, I go, read that, take a picture of that. Why do you think that would help someone understand what we do in our office as a chiropractor? It was like my office for when I first got there. It's been there forever. Why is that important? What do you think? Especially this part here, right? Here. This is about us being the patient for them. Again, the adjustment is huge, is the factor. But we need to make sure to understand we're going to help them feel better no matter what's going on in their life to make sure they leave a little bit more comfortable, a little more happier per se, right? And sometimes for the first visit, I'll kind of find a way to whatever they're talking about initially to make a little bit of a joke out of it. Like in a good way. Okay, let's talk about that. Then we talked about problems here. Let's make sure you can go see the movies now you wanted to see before. Make sure you go to Costco and go lift those 24-pack waters again down the line. They go, oh, my wife would love that. I'm like, I know. So we want to make sure they go, okay, this is where I want to be. You want to make sure they feel comfortable in your office. Comfort always. Who wants to get the adjustment? Who wants to get adjusted? Come on back, sir. Do you work solo? Do you work with a partner?
Excuse me?
Work with a partner or work solo?
Solo.
Good deal, good deal. I have a partner. Tony.
Tony.
Paul, nice to meet you. Do you practice locally?
Yeah.
Good for you. Anything going on or just a full adjustment?
Full adjustment would be fantastic.
Fantastic. All right, let's go for it. Okay. Right here, deep breath in, all the way out. Good. Right there, deep breath in, all the way out. Good. Deep breath in, all the way out. Good. Deep breath in, all the way out. Deep breath in, all the way out. Good. On your side for me. What's your activity, sir, we like to do?
Surfing.
Yes. Still young enough to surf.
Mm-hmm.
There's your leg drop. Where's your favorite surfing spot?
Huntington.
Deep breath in. Oh, good. Where do you like to go outside of California?
Fiji.
Whoo. Got that Coral Coast, my friend.
That's right.
The Coral Coast. Do you stay at the plantations? Where do you normally stay?
Tabarua.
Deep breath in, all the way out. There we go. Good. Grab a seat for me, too. Grab a seat facing me. Face this way. Grab a seat, grab a seat.
Yeah.
Let's go here, too. Yeah, it's like a perfect wave every time.
Yes, it is.
You see any sharks out there?
Not there.
No? One time I was there with my family in Fiji, and there was a shark on one side. Like next to me, so I swam the other side of the group. I'm like, hey, you guys, you eat them first, eat me last. All right, sir.
Thanks, brother.
You're welcome, my friend.
Appreciate
Keep surfing. Why is it good, as Paul is, to stay active? Good. Don't lose this.
Cat.
Yes. Good. Why is it good for us to stay active and healthy? Because we got to do this all day, right? If I know so many chiropractors, a buddy of mine, real good guy, has wrist surgery, has knee surgery scheduled, has shoulder rotor-rooter job done on his shoulder. We got to stay healthy for our patients. Again, I'm 50, I'm getting up there. I work out 3 days a week, CrossFit, 4 days a week with my weights for 1, 2. I stopped bike riding because I fell a couple times bike riding in the hills. Right, I'm like, risk of injury. Maybe I'll take up surfing again. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that. But a lot of it is, again, younger doctors especially too, stay active as much as you can. Lift weights, stretch for 1, 2. Every morning I get up, we gotta walk the walk. Can we make sure we're stretching enough for ourselves, also our patients too? I wake up every morning, stretch 15 minutes every morning before I walk my dog. Go work out, whatever it is. I'll get up at 4:30 because I'm in bed by 9. You guys have ever been offered to help a high school team or college team or elementary school team? Like go and volunteer and be their team doctor for like their sports games? My local Upland high school offered me last week, or 2 weeks ago, calls me, hey, I'm the AD here. I had a buddy of mine who works there. He goes, hey, do you want to be our team doctor for our games? I go, yeah, sure. And I go, that'd be great. And I go, that night I'm thinking about my wife. My wife goes, why would you want to do that for? She goes, the game starts at 7:30. You're in bed by 8:30. You can be at the first half of the game. That's it. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I call mine. I go, hey, buddy, I'd love to, but I'm in bed by halftime, man. I can't make it. So it's almost got to figure out what works for your schedule for 1, 2. It was a great offer. I said, thank you, but just the word work for me. If your games are like at 4:30 in the morning, I'm there at 5 in the morning. I'll be there. But not for me. So how do you stay active and healthy for yourselves so you don't have the injuries as you get older as a doctor? Because we're doing all day long, right, Paul? We're doing this. So you got to make sure your body stays healthy. How many of you ask your patient if they stretch? You guys ask yourself? Yeah. And how do you know if they do or not before they say anything? How do you know if they do or not stretch before they say anything? How do you know? They pause, they go, They go, They go, yeah, I know you don't. You can tell me your answer. Once you go, they go, yeah, you don't stretch at all. So injuries happen a lot because people are strong, they work out a lot, but they don't stretch enough. So do you help your patients stretch? That's what I do too, same thing. I walk them through a stretch routine in the room for one, it takes like 2 minutes. And I send them a video on it later that I've done with other patients. That's my video playlist on YouTube. Go, here's your video. Boom. So I tell them, once you leave the office today, because you've been here for 45 minutes doing the x-rays, exam, adjustment, your first adjustment, and demonstration, you're going to have, you guys know this, it's called medical amnesia, right? When you leave the office, they go, you're going to remember nothing. So here's the videos, and send the videos to your email, remind you how often to stretch, how often to ice or heat, whatever it's going to be for you, and when your next visit is. so they have a physical record they can see what to do. Does that help them? Would that help you as a doctor have more compliance with your patients doing your stretches and knowing their next visit that they communicate that way with them? You know, it's a lot of things we can do on the other side. Help patients understand exactly how you're going to help them short-term, long-term. Adjustment takes what for your patient? How long does it take? Paul, what took like what? A minute? 2 minutes maybe? Minute and a half? You know? What are you doing the other, I think I remember Dr. Matt said one time, what are you doing the other 23 hours, 58 minutes a day to help their body feel better or feel worse? We give them a routine to start doing daily to make sure their body can actually stay healthy long term. We're not going to see them every day. I don't want to see people every day. I like to see Paul, but not like every day. You know? So we want to make sure they're getting better. Once they start getting better, okay, this is your lifestyle now. I see patients I've had for, Nancy's been there since like 2008, and I go, how's your routine going? I still stretch. I still hear your voice in my head. Make sure you stretch every day. You know? I want to be part of their routine that gave them that ability to actually learn a habit to make sure their body feels good all day long. Can you help your patients do that? So at that point, it becomes, once you do that with your patients, what happens? They become lifetime patients. They know where to go when that hurts. They know when they have that feeling in their fingers, that tingling, goes to the chiropractor. Have you ever patients that had come in just with chest pain? Just chest pain. Nothing else. Cardiologist is clear. My first question, cardiologist said, okay? Okay, good. I'm making sure, because you're in the wrong place. If cardiologist hasn't cleared you, you're in the wrong place. Cardiologist says, we're good. It's stress related. So go. Perfect. You're in the right office. So I had someone, Claudia, a few years ago, came in, had a job commuting from Upland, which is near Ontario Airport, my office, over to City of Interest? No, it was City of Commerce, in traffic every day, which is probably about 2 hours both ways. Is that stressful? Probably. And working, office job, so she came and goes, I have to either see you or quit my job. You ever get that? My doctor said quit your job. I go, so does the doctor support you? Like a GoFundMe for you? I don't know. Or even tell one patient even said, you have to leave your family because it's too stressful. I'm like, how does that happen? I'm like, are you going to move in with the doctor? I don't know. Move in with me. But at that point, it's like, there's no reality of that too. So I said, okay, you have this problem. You drive so far away. How much do you stretch? I don't. I need medication, yes, for high blood pressure, which is stress basically, right? For inner situation. Can we start stretching every day? At your office, you have an hour lunch. Go for a 10-minute, 20-minute walk. Start with 10 minutes, 15, 20, 30, work up to routine. I'll see you a couple times a week if need be. When you come home from work, because it was daylight savings, so it was like summer, go for a 15, 20-minute walk. Come back, ice your back and neck, just to relieve your body a little bit. Within 3 weeks, she was like, this has gone away. I go, you were so stressed, you're having this. So can you have your patients understand where the problem's really coming from, whatever it might be, long term, so they understand what their problem, when they feel more stressed, where they can't handle it, what happens to their body, they react the same way, right? If someone's stressed and they come with you and you fix that problem with them, you help them fix the problem, at that point I tell them, that's your sign to come back again. Once I not release them, I go, now you have an open door policy with us. Call us when you can. When you have that tingling again, when you have that chest pain, come in right away. They go, makes sense, doc, thanks. Good, leave me a review, 5-star review, please. Please. And I always tell them, I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna send you some information. Here, I'm gonna have your phone number. I'm gonna send it to your phone, quick link to our Google and Yelp reviews. Just leave maybe a 2-star review, please, something, you've got to downplay a little bit. Don't be too on top of the world, And also, do you ever tell your patients how often to stretch, frequency? Once a day, twice a day? I kind of joke and go, especially younger patients can kind of take a little bit of time to compute, as I tell them, stretch the days that end with Y, which days end with Y? Every day, Because I had one patient said, a kid, he's in his 22, 23, you worked at UPS, he go, hey, how'd the stretching go? He's like, yeah, I do it on Monday sometimes Thursday, Sunday. No, days end with Y. He goes, every day, sir. He goes, okay. Because what happens, I'm a simple guy. If I think it's going to be Monday, then Wednesday, I don't know what day it is sometimes. You know, just do it every day so you don't think about it. When you do it every day, you don't think about it, it becomes your habit. So if you don't do it, what happens? You go, missed a day. Patients like when a patient comes in and goes, man, I got up early this morning, dropped the kids off to school, had some car problems, I didn't have to stretch yet. I'm like, good. That's my head, I'm going, good, because now it's their habit to do it. Or even working out too, right? Someone wants to start working out again. What happens in January? Why are we busy in January as chiropractors? People go, man, it's been a long winter, right? It's Thanksgiving, New Year's, I've eaten way too much, I gotta start working out again, I feel like it's happening, belt buckles are getting way too big. So they come in, they go the first day at the gym, what happens? They have adrenaline kick in. What does adrenaline do? They go, I can push that weight when I was back in my 20s, I'm 50. I can push that weight again. Next they wake up next day, worse, not even next day, they wake up 2 days later, they go, next day they wake up next day, they go, I feel great, fantastic. Wake up the second, third day, go, now I can't move, crap, right? I did way too much. Because now what they did, they woke everything up. Come to you, go, can you fix me? I'm like, yeah, I can fix you, but you got to back things off a little bit. You've made everything go from being tight, strained, to tight, sore, uncomfortable, weak, to now try to tear everything open. So I go, work has to be good for you, but give yourself some time. People want it the next day. They want to feel good tomorrow. I go, you will tomorrow. Infinity, not tomorrow. So I go, give yourself time to heal. You know, I go, if someone starts to go, I want to start working out again, how do I do this? I had one guy, he had never worked out before in his life. He got a great book, I forget the name of it, I took a picture of my phone somewhere, of starting from scratch. I go, hey, day one, you belong to the gym, just show up. What should I do? Just the treadmill. Boom. What about the weights though? No weights, just the treadmill for about a week. Why do I think I told him to do that? Just to show up every day for a week, treadmill 20 minutes. Why is that important? Habit of going. I go, I want you to go. I go, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to like me at all. You're going to be very tired, angry, sore, comfortable. That's part of working out. I had one guy a couple years back, he was in sales or something, George, and we're at the same time, we start talking and stuff. He goes, hey, how do I get stronger? I go, well, see that bar you're working with, bench pressing? Change the 25s to 45, because he was a big guy. He goes, well, I don't want to be sore though. I go, you have to be, I said, if you don't want to be sore, I can't help you. How do we make the muscles stronger in our body? We have to make our body stress in a good way. If our work is a physical job, we have to make our body handle that physicality of our job. Versus sitting, if we have to sit all day for work, what do we have to do? Make our back stronger, endure more non-movement. This position here is what? If we sit like, say, here, like this. Sit like this all day. What's happening? Is that good posture? No. We have to make our body stronger here. At that point, our body can stay here over time. So when you sit, we sit here. At that point, we can stay here instead of here. But we have to make our patient understand it's going to take work to make these muscles stronger. Once the erector spinator muscles are stronger, it pulls you up instead of being down. So they have to understand, my physiology is, when you're stronger, you have better endurance to sit 3, 4, 5 hours a day. What is this? Tech neck, right? Can we make our shoulders and neck stronger to sit here, stay here? So we may do this, but we still bounce back here. So can we give our patients enough reason to exercise, stretch, strength, even just at home too with light weights? I even use water balls with my patients sometimes too, to get them to understand the need so you feel good at the end of the day. They go, well, I don't have time. Like, that's fine, don't have time. At that point, don't worry about your neck pain either. I go, neck pain, you'll be fine. Just don't worry about that neck pain. It'll be with you until you help yourself get healthy. I'm just here to help you get started, but you have to make sure you do the habits to stay strong. That's the plan. Anyone else want to get adjusted? Treatments? Anyone else? Not yet? All right, Paul's the only brave one today so far. Good, all right. And I'll go next one too here. You guys saw this before, you guys are good. Here, minimize, she said. Then maximize this one, good. Again, number one reaction is laughing. Every time for like 2 minutes she laughs every time. Crazy. Crazy.
Oh, that was tight, right?
I was tight on that side.
Oh, God.
Pressures.
Okay.
I know. Right there too. That
Oh,
was a lot.
God, it was tight from the
Okay,
weekend.
from the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Side face me. Go right here.
There's when I used to wear a tie.
Alright, this is a tighter side.
Back in the day, the lab coat, tie, everything. It's like, yeah, no more. Everything.
Send to me when we're done over there because we'll be able to see.
Page other rooms are like, what the heck's going on over there?
That's it.
Oh gosh. You have some funny patients, right? I have some other funny ones too. You'll see in a minute. There you go. Here you go. Other sign of my office. We just moved offices. We have all these signs up now. You guys know this stuff, you know? But how do we, if someone comes to my office and goes, can you help my ear infection? I'm like, I go, pause. I can by fixing your neck. What do you mean? I heard doctors fix ear infections. Yeah, because we treat the nerves in the neck. Cord tympani branch is the first nerve root. Goes in the inner ear, a master muscle and also temple optic nerve too. So we got to give them sometimes a detailed explanation versus just one thing. Because people want quick fixes, right? Okay, I had someone come in and go, what did they say? I have eye pressure. Can you fix my eye pressure? Yeah, because I'm not going to fix your eye. I'm not going to poke your eye, but I can make sure your neck nerves are better. So at that point, your eyes improves, and Tim's doing well. You know, once ago, how'd that feel? Eye pressure better. Good. Link your neck, eye pressure. Come in when you have eye pressure. Keep it as simple as possible with patients. Well, how many doctors you know that talk to patients like a doctor? You know, they like go, well, this is your suboccipital blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I got a patient like this, like, okay, let me know when he's done. You know, just to get deers in the highlight, and deers in the headlights for one too. At that point, make sure you read your patients. When they start tuning out, you go, you almost got to get in communication. You have to back off and go, okay, what am I doing that makes them want to tune out? How do I get them back with me? Because you only have like 5 minutes to have the patient trust you or not trust you. Because you're that crazy chiropractor that people talk about, good and bad, that can help people, sometimes may hurt somebody. So you have to give them that chance, that quick ability to go, man, I like this doctor. This doctor's going to help me. I haven't been adjusted yet, but this doctor's going to help me because they understand my problem. At that point, if you understand their problem, you can repeat it back to them. At that point, what is the importance of that? You built trust. That trust allows me to go, hey, look, I haven't had this crazy adjustment yet, all this popping stuff, but I can trust them. They're going to help me. And if someone is like, they're ready for adjustment, they're excited about it, they go, doc, it's going to hurt. I'm like, no. I go, if they say it's going to hurt them, I go, no, I'll be fine. I'm not going to be hurt at all. And I tell them, I have good malpractice. I have 1 million, 3 million coverage, right? So you guys are covered. If anything happens, you're good. They go, what do you mean, doc? I'm like, they start laughing. They go, okay, got it. You know? So you build up that trust. You show them that's safe by whatever you're going to do in the exam or x-rays or whatever you're going to do in your office. At that point, they understand, okay, I'm here for the adjustment to make my body better, make my life better. It may take a few visits. What does it take to change physiology in your body? If you have bad habits, you don't do anything, your body's sore all the time, you're in chronic pain, 3 months. How long does it take to actually change the physiology of the body? What does the trainer say a physical trainer, coach, physical coach, what do they say when they train someone for the first time? What's the length of time to change physiology to better normal? What's it take? 2 weeks? A month? 2 months? About 3 months. Why are we any different? As a chiropractor, we're treating the inside of their body inside out. They need about 3 months to really feel the difference of their body getting healthy. You may not see them 3 times a week for 3 months. But you can tell them, give them that long-term perspective. You had this for 6 years, John. At that point, John, let's make sure in the next 3 months you change your habits, your lifestyle, so at that point your body can get here, and then this becomes your new default. Have people walk into your office like this and go, here, and they go, hey, how do you think your posture is? I think I have good posture. Okay, good for you. I tell them stand against the wall, heels, hips, shoulder, and head. How's that feel? That doesn't feel comfortable at all. I'm like, that's good posture. They go, oh, okay. So can you get them to go wherever their normal is, their default normal is, to know what a better normal is and help them get there over time. So I'll adjust someone. I'll do this first. If they have poor posture, against the wall, heels, hips, shoulder, and head. From there I go, let's get you adjusted next. Get the adjustment done. Boom, 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 boom. They're done. Go stand against the wall again. I go, how's that feel, John? He goes, wow, a lot better. Why is that important to give them almost that immediate change? How does that help them go, this, help them get that better? Because that, they know, they came in with it, is the cause of their pain. So we get them to understand is this link of better posture, less back. When I stand here initially, first time, I tried to stand back, my back hurt. I stand up now, my back doesn't hurt anymore. I go, how'd that happen? The adjustment, sir, John, or John, sir, whatever it is. You know, at that point they understand the link of that. Even if they have like nerve pain, right? They go, man, that feels a little bit better. I go, that disc, we just adjust that spine, get the pressure out of the disc, calmed it down. At that point, that nerve is calmed down. Now, that's immediate response. Is that a neuropathy issue or is that a muscle or joint issue? When you get that nerve to calm down, you're reducing neuropathy, right? So I tell them you came into the right office because the adjustment calmed down your neuropathy. You can say sciatica too, or neuropathy down the fingers, whatever, tingling and burning. How do you tell a patient what is neuropathy or sciatica? How do you define that for a patient? Simply for me, it's going to be numbness, tingling, burning, or sharp pain. If you have numbness, tingling, burning, or sharp pain, you have neuropathy. You said, John, you had numbness when you came in the office. Numbness a little bit better. Calm nerve down your lower back by the adjustment. Definitely let's do that often enough along with home stretching and also icing for my patients to make sure it gets better over time. Is that okay, John? When I say that, okay, John, I do this. What does this do when you ask a patient a question? When you nod your head a little bit? What's the psychological effect?
They're going to nod their head.
Yeah, so you go, nod their head and go, I agree, doctor. Jedi mind tricks go at work, right? It works. I had my stepson, older one, and he got his first job at Barnes & Noble. He goes, hey, I got an interview. What do I do? I'm like, first of all, change your shorts and your T-shirt to nice pants, leather shoes, and a collared shirt. First of all, you got to dress right? And when they ask you questions and you want them to, you have a yes answer question, nod your head. Yes, I'll be here on time. They go, okay, you will. You know, so at that point, it's the things you can do, little things you can do with your patients to help them feel better. Do you shake your patients' hands? Yeah. Why is that important, I guess, even knuckles too, whatever, to help build trust with the patient, right? When you do that, that's when they go, okay, and you look them in the eye too, right? You're going to go, hi, John, how you doing? Right? We're not going to do that. We're not medical doctors. But can we be with the patient when we're with the patient to make them understand, hey, I'm here to help you. And we do little things every day. It becomes our normal habit also. I saw 78 patients yesterday. Myself, not a big deal. 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. But something to where I know every patient's name. I work at that. Sometimes I'm like, frick, I forgot his name. So I'll make someone remember his name. So at that point, I walk into him, hey, John, what's going on? When we leave, hey, John, have a good day. At that point, their name is the most important thing in their life. When you respect that for them, they leave again feeling like they're cared for. So we give them that respect. So when they come back again knowing that's where they should be. You know, this is stuff you guys already know or have heard before. Not new information, right? Let's go here. Who is this guy? Oh yeah, another compilation of adjustments. Again, she's hooked up to a microphone too, so it's not that loud, as you guys know. This one's 2 minutes, I think. Everyone treat kids in here?
I just feel like it's still
Right.
a little tight. Yeah. That's getting better. Yeah.
Ugh.
Good. With your work, you hunch over a lot. Does your work, your arms drop? Well, yeah.
You guys ever get the leg kick?
On your side for
Little, little pop. It's the best. Danny. Ugh.
Okay. Good. On your stomach.
Headaches.
Good again. All the way up. And again. All the way up. Good. On your side. Back a little. Easy. Good. All right. All the way up. All the way up. Your shoulder relaxing. There. Right. That feel okay? Good. Good.
These are big boys too, man. Whew.
Adjustment. Oh. Oh. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Deep breath in. All the way out. How'd that feel?
That one felt like I needed it.
This guy's funny.
Oh. Oh man. Is that really loud? Yeah.
Loud enough to make a great movie.
Is that loud?
That's loud.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's see the other side.
And done.
This one too. Bring your feet together for me.
You guys ever use that distraction move?
Scary.
Works once.
Deep breath in.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh my god. It's so scary. Oh my god.
Your shoulder relax a little bit. See, the rib comes from here down.
Little rib issue.
That spot. Deep breath in. All the way up.
There you go. There's the kick.
That's the one. Guys, Tony, thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed all
Back
the
in the
aspects
tie
today.
days.
I'm at a great cruise.
Should've brought that tie up a little bit.
One too, so I applaud
Done.
that. And if you can, subscribe to this channel, like our
Good
other
idea.
stuff too, share it also, and
Bum,
follow.
bum.
We have
Easy,
videos about 2
easy.
times a week. We update them all the
Like
time.
all
So come back
stopping us.
often. We'll see you soon.
Again, this is our fun part. That's what we do for fun, right? And I like the reactions also. You ever use that distraction move? You go, oh yeah, just your neck's a little tight, so bring your feet together. Go, okay. Then you go, I use it once. You know, you can use that once, maybe twice if they forget about it. But it's something you can have fun with your patients. I've seen patients probably the last time I had first time seeing them. They're my videographers for that. That they want to come and shoot a video about chiropractic. So that's when they shot that one. This was probably over 10 years ago that I shot that video. But a lot of it is and other patients I saw before that, they know what they're going to come in for. They get the adjustment done, boom, have a good day, see you tomorrow. Or see you next week, whatever it is. Those are when I had Saturday hours. Now, no more Saturday hours for me. I'm done with Saturday. I'm like, done. I used to work 6 days a week. Now I'm like, 3 days a week is good for me. I'm good. But can we do enough for our patients so they understand the adjustment's going to help them get better and stay better? I have a lot of patients that do physical job. They do iron work, construction work on bridges, climbing poles all day, and they're physical work. Sometimes they get hurt. So I want to make sure in the right place for one when I take their extras in my office, but also second, make sure to understand how to stay healthy. Some guys, some of the OG iron workers, they will start their job at 6 in the morning. They go to the gym at 4 in the morning to work out first before even they go to work, to lift weights all day, to lift bars, 100-pound iron all day. Crazy guys, but they know if I don't stay healthy for my job, I can't do my job. And as we tell our patients too, when they're younger especially, hey, you may not be sore now, but can you do things that don't make you sore later? You ever tell your patients too, if you ask them if they're invincible, you ever ask that to younger patients? I do, because I want to go, what does that tell me? If they think they're still invincible, You don't have to stretch, strengthen. Psh, you're fine. Go to the Red Bull at your halftime. You know, at your break, have 2 Red Bulls. You'll be fine. You know, until once they go like, yeah, doc, I'm no longer invincible. What does that tell me? They'll listen and start doing some more stretching, or icing, or not having Red Bulls all day long. You know, why are energy drinks bad for people? Why do you think? What's that?
Oh, the energy drink?
Energy drinks. Why should people not have them all day long?
Well, I just think that the caffeine, I just don't think they're really healthy. I don't tell them that, but I think sometimes it masks how you really feel.
Number one reason for people between their 20s, like 20 to 30, have heart attacks. Cardiomegaly from the energy drinks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, number one reason.
I thought because it kind of masks how you really feel because you're getting fatigued or you're
Yeah.
getting stressed and it's masking and then you start ignoring that because you don't, it's like taking the NSAIDs and all that.
It's like drinking coffee all day and it doesn't work, right?
Overlooking what your body's really telling you.
It kind of hides everything too. You know, I did a podcast I have my own podcast too, with iron workers up in Oregon, and they're talking about how they mentor the younger union guys. They're all union people, and how they mentor them. They tell them they let them kind of do their own thing for the first month or so on the job, and see how they do. Because some of them will just weed themselves out too. They go, I didn't realize how physical this is. I'm like, yeah, it's very physical. They're pushing iron all day long. They're lifting bars all day. They're climbing. They're the ones building the buildings in downtown LA, and they're on the high rise on a cable, walking on the bars all day. Basically, when the big crane drops the bars to the next floor, they're pushing it around to make sure it gets the right spot. But they're like 30, 40 stories up. One guy, he's a real funny, small guy, he goes, yeah, I bring the younger guys that want to do, they call it, I forgot the name of it. It's a certain name for it. They want to do that because it's like the pop thing to do. Go, yeah, come up with me. First rookies, right? They come up and they go, I don't like heights. I'm like, well, this is not a job for you. Go get a job at McDonald's. I'm done. They weed them out real quick. They're pretty rough guys sometimes. I had one guy, this is a few years back, before they had safety issues, and he told the guy, hey, don't pour the concrete yet. And he goes, and so see all the footings and everything. And the guy looks over, he's doing some other, he looks over and goes, he starts pouring the concrete. He walks through the concrete and punches them out. These are physical guys. They don't put up with stuff. They can't do it anymore because that's a liability issue, obviously. But this is how they work sometimes. So getting someone like that to start to stretch, start to eat healthier, you have to have a good rapport with those people because you're talking to someone in their 30s and 40s and even 50s that have done it for a long, long time. So I got to almost understand, grab the door real quick, push the door. You understand how do you figure out where your patients are mentally in their health game to know how to get them wherever they are to one step better. One step better. One step better in the sense where if they don't eat healthy at all, they don't work out, they don't exercise, they don't do anything right, in our sense, a health state, our perspective of health, how do you get them to start getting healthier? What's the one thing you want them to do to get healthier? What do they have to do first?
Eat better.
Even before that too. How are you going to help them first? They almost have to ask you. You know?
Understand how it affects everything.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them when you come in and you get adjusted, I'm helping you today, but you gotta help yourself every day.
But they have to almost ask you first, hey, how do I get healthy?
Okay.
How do I get to a healthier state? How do I get rid of this back pain forever? Unless they do that, you can give them like pamphlets, links to websites, how to eat better, how often to stretch and strengthen. But if they don't want to do it, I go, fine, live with your back pain.
Doctor.
Yes.
When you explain something to them, I know it sounds like your patient visits are very short. Like if I give them a stretching routine and I try to make it, and you give them like YouTube back then I didn't.
Yeah.
But I'll give them a few basic things and tell them, and so I'll know that I don't know if you check your charts because you're pretty quick on it. So
It's all in my head. It's like a file cabinet up there somewhere.
Yeah, I'll review it real quick, and I'll go through it, what I talked to them last time, and if it's the first time I introduced the stretching to them, I'll say, I'll ask them if they did it,
Yep.
and I said, did you have any questions about it? And and I'll actually ask them, I'll go, we talked about this stretch. Can you show me how you were doing it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
It's only like one repetition and all that, and then they're either doing it correctly or they're not. And if they're, you know, and then I'll re-demonstrate it for them and have them do it again,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll leave it.
It allows them to realize, am I doing it right or doing it wrong?
Yeah, just so I can see how
Yeah.
they're doing it. I mean, and then the next time they come in, I'll ask them, and if they did it a little bit better, I was like, oh, okay, you know. But I mean, not to spend a whole lot of time, but just because I don't want them not doing it correctly the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And I always ask them too, did the right or left side feel better with that stretch? They go, what do you mean? We talked about your left side being more sore last time when you did the first stretch first time. Was it also more sore that when you did over the last couple of days, or was it not as sore? So you kind of, like you said, you're walking back through their chart going, hey, I remember giving you this exercise. Did he do it properly? And is it still the same severity of tightness when you did it the first time? So you want us to make sure they're getting better with that stretch, or you can give them a different one or add more stretches to their routine. It takes a minute or so. At that point, try the stretch, do it. I'll send the video to you. When you come back next time, let me know how that felt.
And plus it kind of encourages them, like, I might get asked.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, you know,
The next time.
They can say what they want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
But you can read them too. They go, when they always do the stretch.
or you can see kind of how they're moving.
Yeah, like, what was that again? Yeah, yeah.
Do any of that.
But also they appreciate that too, because you're checking up on them, and you want them to get better.
Right.
And when you give someone homework, how does that help you with them being compliant with coming back again? When you give them homework, I go, like you said, I'll give you the stretch today. When I see you in a couple days, let's see how you do with that. If that feels good, we'll give you more stretches. Does that make sense, Johnny? Okay, yeah, sure.
And of course, you always add the encouragement with, you know, you try to praise them.
I go, hey, they do them or don't do them. I don't care. You know? My back feels great. I don't need stretches. I'm good. So when you kind of like go, and again, you got to read the person, so you got to read the room. But a lot of it is when you go like, and especially if someone's like in pain, again, hey, you know what? Start to stretch. If it feels comfortable, good. If it doesn't, let me know. Give you something a little bit easier.
Oh yeah.
You know, I had someone.
They say that if it's a discomfort, it's either the body's not ready for that or you're not doing it correctly.
Mm-hmm. When I show them the stretch initially too, I'll walk them through the stretch. I'll even push in their body a little bit, and I'll look at their face. Their face will tell a lot. If they start to like wince or squint, I'm like, okay, maybe that's too much for you. Or sometimes they go, you know what? Does that feel okay? Feels uncomfortable. I go, yes. I want you uncomfortable. You're not in pain. You're uncomfortable. We have to make the tissue stretch to better state. We're just going to stress it to get better. So I want to make sure they understand being uncomfortable is not a problem. It's actually healthy for you, and pain is bad. Where your muscle will guard and tighten, that we want to avoid that. Let's get to a better state of health, pushing your body a little bit more. Then adding more things like water bottles, like other things you can do, even wall squats too, to make their back stronger. Even weights for their arms and shoulders too, to make their neck stronger. So giving them a sense of what's good, what's bad, and they may think that being comfortable is bad because their doctor may have told them that too. But now we go, no, that's okay for you. I had a patient, Rachel, a few years ago, and she was an older lady in her 60s, came in a wheelchair. And I go, what's wrong? She goes, my bilateral leg pain, or both sides. She said both sides. And I go, I took her x-rays in my office, and the x-rays were fine. I go, Rachel, your x-rays are fine. What's wrong with your legs? She goes, my doctor said if my back hurt, don't move. Stay seated. If it hurts, then don't move for 6 months. How'd that help someone? You guys know. Makes your body weak, tight, uncomfortable, sore, all compresses together. She's 6 years old, so at that point, when she got up, it hurt. So she sat again. Watch more Judge Judy. How many episodes are Judge Judy? Like thousands of them? Tens of thousands? You know? But how do we, you go, Rachel, if you want to get better, I always ask my patients, I ask my senior patients, I go, do you want to be in a nursing home, watching bad daytime TV, waiting for someone to change your bedpan? Is that what you want? They go, no, I don't want that, doctor. And they usually curse at me too. They'll say something in their own language, you know? I go, good, I want that response because that tells me you're motivated to not let that happen to you. I'm going to start walking. I'm going to start walking with a walker for 5 minutes. But it might hurt. I'm like, it's going to hurt. It's going to be sore and uncomfortable. We're going to heat afterwards. I go, after 5 minutes feels good, we'll start with 10 minutes. Then 15. She came in like 3 days later cursing at me, going like, you made my back hurt more. I did, because I had to make it stronger. Within 3 months, she was walking without a wheelchair or a walker or anything by herself. She goes, I didn't realize that was the problem. we change patients' mentality of what's good for them versus what someone else may have told them before? We have to be able to understand that being comfortable is good. If you lift weights, anyone here lift weights like me? If you lift weights, are you going to be sore? Yes. Is it going to hurt? Yes. I'm sore every day. Part of life. But that's good for your body to stay healthy, so long-term our body, chiropractors, can treat our patients. Our patients can actually live a normal quality of life to stay healthy for them. But it's changing mentality, right? Changing their mentality of it's not the drugs making you feel better, it's your body making you feel better. It's maybe eating a little bit better. Maybe doing things that don't make your body inflamed versus non-inflammatory. And we got to go where they are, right? I'm not going to sit there and go, you have to eat this, you have to take the supplement, you have to use this pillow. I go, do what you want to do. Let's make your body handle the stress of your day. I go, keep it very simple. In my office, I don't sell any vitamins, pillows. I don't do anything like that. I don't do any of this stuff too. I go, can we make your body looser and stronger to handle the stress of your day? Whatever that is for you. Keep it very simple as possible. At that point, they go, okay, we'll start some stretching. Feels good to you. You want to lose weight? Let's change your diet a little bit. Help you with that. But we have to let them come to you with what they want to change because they'll actually do it versus giving them all the information, go, blah, here's all the information, good luck. How many people you know, and again, everyone's different. My wife's like this with her kid, with my stepkids, is I want to see where they are every day. I want to make sure they check their phone, make sure locations every day. They're 21, 26, and 31 yesterday. I'm like, I don't want to know where they are. I don't care. I turn my locations off. But when you're that doctor that goes, I want to get them their health better. I want to get their diet better. I want to get their exercising tomorrow. They're like, whoa. You know, they have to, when they ask you, they're motivated to do it for themselves. I'm not want to waste time, but want to give them information I don't want to use. You know, and why do people see a chiropractor? Or actually, I'm sorry. When do people want to see a chiropractor? When? Pain, right? When they're in pain. That may not be a Tuesday. It may not be a Wednesday. I have a buddy of mine. He started his own practice. Started doing Facebook Google ads, and I said, when do you do your ad for your office? He goes, I do it Monday through Friday. I said, why not the weekends? Well, I don't know. Well, people are hurt every day. So can you make sure you have your information out there? You're ready for them every day when they're ready to come in to be their chiropractor.
So you want to do it on the weekends, especially because the weekend warriors.
Exactly. Those are the best. Yeah. What's coming up in 2 weeks? Labor Day weekend, right? What happens Labor weekend? People have that DIY job they want to do. Right? They want to build that wall in their backyard. They want to build that big fence they saw on TV. That's why I get phone calls on Sunday going like, hurt my back, what are you doing? Build a wall. I'm like, you have a desk job, you're a desk jockey. What are you doing out there? You know, or they want to go play in that alumni baseball or softball game. And all of a sudden they tore their hamstring. How many play in like your high school or college alumni competitions? You guys ever play that stuff? The worst. They're best for me. Great job security for me. But I hear them like, okay, here's my cards. Pass them out because they'll need them after the first event. Because what happens when you start playing sports again, if you haven't played it for a while, or even surfed for a while too, Paul, is you almost like go, okay, it's gonna feel uncomfortable, sore. I don't want to pull anything, I don't want to turn anything. But you have scar tissue. How does scar tissue respond to playing a sport? It tears, right? We ever go like, I'm gonna play a sport, I'm gonna play basketball. I'm only gonna give like 82% today. I'm not gonna go 100%. No, first of all, your team is gonna kick your butt, but also you're gonna go, I'm gonna play 100% every time. So realize, can you get your patients understanding where their limitations might be right now until they get to a better state of health? Till that stretch you gave them yesterday feels good to them. They can add more to that stretch to make their body feel better. So give them like where are you on 1 to 10? Hey, you're probably a 3. Let's get you to a 10 over time. You ever have someone with a bad lower back, leg pain, severe leg pain? You treat them and they feel just a little bit better, just a tiny bit. I go, fantastic. You went from a 10 to a 9.7. Fantastic. I go, let's get you to a 9.7. Let's get 9.4 tomorrow. And over time down to an 8, then to a 7, down to a 5. So you kind of, wherever they are, at that point, give them that little bit of hope, you're going to help them long term. Right? If you ever hear people when they even can just be chiropractor or anything else too, where you help with something or they come to you with help. For example, my example, I buy heater diet at my house, my water heater. I'm like, crap. Went to YouTube, tried to start the lighter again on there. If you guys tried that before too, didn't work. Called the guy Mike. He's a local mom and pop guy. He's been there for forever. Comes over and he comes over and diagnosed problem. He goes like, man, this is bad. I'm like, this is really bad. I'm like, man, Mike, what do you mean bad? He's like emotional about my water heater. I go, Mike, what's the problem? He's like, man, it's not starting. I know, Mike. So I tried this for a couple days. My wife's pissed because she has cold water every day. What am I going to do? He goes, we have to change it out. I'm like, Mike, what else do you have to do? That's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, Mike, what's it going to be? About $1,500. Mike, it's not a big deal. So it's almost like sometimes you can be over dramatic with your patients too, to make them like more anxious about their problem. When you go like wherever they are, get them to the next state of better health, positivity versus like, that's a bad problem. I don't know if I can help you or not. You need an MRI. I can't even touch you today. You're like, okay, that you made their anxiety of coming in today was a 4. Now you made an 8. Thanks, doc. Appreciate it. No. Can we make wherever they are? Can we make the go? Okay, you're at a 4. Let's make you a 3 anxiety. Let's give you more answers and questions to help your body better. And they need an MRI. Okay, let's help you today get to a better state of health and bring that anxiety down by answering some of your questions versus causing more problems. You ever hear people doing that? Doctors doing that? People in general? You know? I'm like, what are you doing? Just keep it calm down, not worse. You know, chiropractic isn't that hard, as you know, but that bedside manner is so important for people. Another quick thing here. Boom, boom, boom. In my office too. Did it the wrong way. Here you go. We talked about this before too, so we know. Good. Chiropractic care, better sleep, fewer headaches, less stress, improved posture, pain, and energy. Good. So how many people come into your office for just poor posture? Very little. Tiny bit. You know? Well, what happens is, during COVID, right? Who was in practice during COVID? Most people were. What did people do all day? On their, like Frank was saying earlier, on their Zoom, like this, all day long. Phone all day long. Couldn't leave their house, you know? So they came in because their back hurt, their neck hurt. So how do we cycle that back and go reverse engineer that? Go, this happened because your posture was bad. So again, show them what good posture is. Or even test their body. Go, you think you have good posture? Go, yeah, I do. Johnny, okay, let's Johnny check your posture. Again, here, hips, heels, hip, shoulder, and head against the wall. Go, how's that feel, Johnny? Doesn't feel good at all. That's good posture, Johnny. You're a liar. You know? They just didn't know. But you have to help them kind of like self-diagnose. Your posture was the reason you had neck pain, or back pain, or leg pain, or neuropathy down the fingers, or even headaches too. So I go, so John, what should we probably do then? He goes, probably fix my posture. Okay, let's fix your posture. I have a video on sitting posture, standing posture. Help them even walk better too. How should people walk? I told my patients, walk back on your heels, heel to toe. At that point, reset your posture this way versus here. Where I live in my city, it's a big hill. You start at about 1,500 square feet above sea level. We go up to about 3,500 square feet. It's just a hill. So people walk that. There's a main road called Euclid Trail. They walk like this all day long. I'm like, that's my next patient. This all day long. So I go, that's my next patient. I should throw cards out the window as I'm driving down the street, right? But something where they don't understand that posture was their issue. And chiropractors talk about it all the time, right? Posture. When you relate it back to their neck pain was caused by that, how do you fix that? The neck pain go away. So you sit for 8 hours a day. Let's improve your sitting so over time your body can stay here instead of being here. So I'm going to give you things to do at home to stretch your lower back, make your back go into more extension posture versus flexion posture. Compress here, relax here. So your body can improve so the adjustment will hold better. I told the patient yesterday too, every time, is I'm going to help realign your spine so your posture can improve and stay that way as your default versus your default right now is hunched over. They go, okay, all right. So you got to kind of talk them into it. And when I see that, I go, this is what we normally do with people. You're in the right office. It'll take time to get there. But when you do this every day, staying back here instead allows them to go, okay, I have homework to do, so my body's go like this again. Well, it's funny, one patient, Laura, she goes, yeah, I sat in my office, looked around my coworkers, man, they all have poor posture. They'll have to see you. They go, because now she realized what good posture is, right? They didn't know before. Can we make this improve? So at that point, everything else gets better too. And once they feel their body improve, what do you do next? Hey doc, what else I can do? Can I do more exercises? Can I do more things my body can improve better? So in the sense where once you see a patient do that, what else I can do? You got them. You have the hook in them. Now you have a chance to really improve their health to stay better the rest of their life, right? Does that make sense? At that point you have, then if you go, I'll talk about it next time. They go, you lost your hook. When you have them like that, okay, here's another video. So I'd always ask them too, what do you like to do for activity? Do you like to surf? Like to go eaten by sharks maybe, I don't know. You know? But what do you like to do before you had this pain? Like the bike ride, go on a bike ride. Like to go walk and go walk. Go to the gym. Take it light, go easy. You know? But what do you like to do? I like to play basketball. Take it easy. You know, but start doing, when you have them do something fun, you're going to want to do it more and more and more and more and stay more active. That's the key for all of us. Okay? Next quick video for your own entertainment. Hope you guys are having fun. That's all I'm trying to do. This is, find out later. Backstory. Him and his wife came first visit on a Monday. Monday is like our emergency Monday day. Everyone comes on emergencies. And he had some back pain. His wife had some neck pain, shoulder pain. And they both got x-rays done. She got adjusted first. And then when adjusting her, he ran out of the room. He ran, took off out of the room. The guy is the size of a normal door, a little bit shorter than that, but as wide as the door. Finally, he's an actor in Hollywood. Finally, his name's Mars. So watch his dramatic adjustment. Enjoy it, please.
You're good.
Okay, wait.
No.
I'm gonna set up. Okay.
He's gonna get you ready, relax.
Okay, I'll be fine.
Honey, really, this is gonna be okay. Remember, it's gonna make you feel better.
Turn your head first. Okay. I'm gonna have you go right here. Okay, good. I'm good. Oh God. I'm moving so violent. That's a lot of pressure. Okay. I'll see really loud here, probably. Yes.
His wife's videotaping it too, so that was my legal help.
This is why you made the appointment.
That was the harder side, sir.
And remember, breathe, relax.
Take a deep breath in, all the way out. Put your hands together so.
Realize I have a full lobby of people. You're like, what is going on back there?
Does that feel okay? Yeah. It's exciting, right? But it feels okay. Oh, boy, exciting. That's the hard part. That was mid-back. We're done? Nope.
Mid-back.
All over. Deep breath. I'm gonna fall. I got it. And then all the way out. Stay right there. Oh my God! Right here. Deep breath in, all the way out.
Guy's like 280, 290. He barely fits on the table.
It's gonna be the easier, no, maybe like the middle easier one. No? Not yet. Go back. Okay. On your shoulder and on your hip facing this way. On your side.
It's like broken now.
This is nice. This
Barely
is the
move.
part that you want me to do for you.
Right here. Right here. Real easy, right? Deep breath in. All the way out. The shoulder relax.
Simple.
Okay.
So good. This is gonna be great when it's edited. So great. Say hi, honey. Relax.
This will be fun too. Deep breath in. All the way out. Somebody bring your head back for me. Feels better? Yep. That's the one.
Is that the one that I can't get?
How's that? Good.
Like sweating the whole time.
Stand up, steady, go. Deep breath in. And all the way.
How you doing?
Small guy.
Head still on?
It's still connected.
Good. How's the pressure feel in the neck, mid-back, and low back?
As big as a door.
Really?
Not as good.
Denise. Lunch?
A lunch?
Okay, lunch is.
Oh, wow, look at that. Did you see that?
No, do it again.
Smiling.
Oh,
You see
you can
that?
practically put your palm
Look
down.
at this. You see that?
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
okay, sorry. Other than that, this is you feel what normal. Creepy, I'm sorry. That's okay. Okay. It's just a normal reaction to your body, that's all it is. Could be suppression.
Whew.
Thanks, doctor.
You never know, right? What's gonna happen? Like, just videotape them, just in case. It's a good one. You know, and if you're comfortable with that too, just it helps other people like you guys too, just get the benefit and the entertainment, but also the benefit. Does the chiropractic work? You know, whenever I do my video stuff, I was like hashtag whatever you want to call it, chiropractic works. You know, let people know what we do. And again, that's way dramatic. But when people see that, they go, funny, entertaining, but also, oh, chiropractic does work. You know, when you entertain someone like that, I do a lot of workshops too locally in my area. Part of it is like they come in for the joke sometimes as much as the benefit of how to make your back better, how to make your shoulder better. You know, yeah. They go, thanks, Doc, for coming. I'm like, really like just come just to you entertain us. I'm like, good. Plus learn about your shoulder too. Kind of fake them out a little bit. It's almost like chiropractic stand-up, like this. You know, you gotta have fun with it. If you're like, let's talk about the spine today. Let's see what we're gonna do. I'm like, all right, I'll fall asleep too. I remember going to some seminars when I was younger. These ones here, I'd always sit in the very front because the doctor would be here talking here, and I have my hat on like the big cap, and just like this, good night, right? Like, good night, I'm out of here. You know, but something when you make it entertaining, allows people to see that. I'm going short on time, so I'll show you the next video too in a second. And this is my podcast. This is what I do. Then from 2016, interview doctors, chiropractors, anyone in healthcare field too, anywhere from Southern California. My furthest one was he was in Germany, a healthcare practitioner out there. So if you want to know my podcast, let me know. If you're from at the end, I do. It's all for free, obviously. It's just people get entertained that way. That's the plan. So here, crooked spine. So look it up. It's pretty famous in my mind. Here's Jack's too. Jack is pretty dramatic also. Yeah. You've had these patients, right? It's like, it's not a real problem. Some people are traumatic. Some people are dramatic. He's traumatic. You guys have them, right? The head back move, right? Distraction? I know. Oh, man. I'm like, oh, you can touch me, Doc. I'm too beat up. I'm like, lie down, Jack. Adjust again like I did yesterday.
Same side? Yeah. It's like a. Is this normal? Yeah. This is part of the movement. I feel relieved. Yeah. I feel, I think I'm still gonna. It's gonna be muscle spasm, but not the joint loss.
I can move my legs.
Done most of these times. So when they pick this one up, I'm good. When they pick it, that's gonna stabilize your left side. So your job today is focus on some stretching. I see it feels good. Yeah. Keep your body looks to see far more. Yeah. You had this one bulge your hips when you had that sharp pain. Now it's calming down.
You know, they must go to yet either. Back in the day.
It just happens to kind of.
Uh,
Yeah. You know, so I was able to sleep today a little better.
That's the thing is sometimes you get patients that come in. You're like, okay, what's going on, Jack? You know, even his wife even told him the day before, hey, he asked his wife, he goes, can you drive me to the ER? She goes, no, Jack, we're going to the ER. Call the doctor, call the chiropractor. Go to the ER again. It was like a Sunday. He goes, but they don't open until 8 o'clock. His wife goes, you'll be fine. Put somebody like the doctor said. I always, do you give and this is maybe more of a guy thing too, Do you give your patients your cell phone number?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right? I give, back in my card, I'll see you in a second, I always put all my information on there along with, I have one to get passed out already, put my cell phone number also. I'm a guy, so this is easier for me sometimes than women, because guys are weird, is I give my cell phone number, especially patients that are in a lot of pain, because I go, hey, here's my number, call me, text me during normal hours, even afterwards too, if you feel you have to go to the ER. If you feel you want something answered. I had someone come in a couple years ago, on a Monday, he was pissed. He came in, got adjusted, he goes like, man, I am so mad at myself. He goes, what happened? He goes, I went to ER yesterday because my back was hurting. And he works at UPS, he works Sundays also. And he said, I sat there for 3 hours. They gave me some meds, didn't work. And I came here for 10 minutes, my back feels better. I'm like, I said, call me, text me. I'll tell you not to go to the ER. You know, some people need that, like, hey, this is your same problem you had before. We'll see you Monday. Boom, we'll take care of it Monday. Versus 3 hours of sitting there and doing nothing. You know, remember the patient, you're saving them time and just frustration. By being part of their what ifs, their questions, so you don't have that moment of, I call it relapse, whatever it is, where they go back to their medical idea of like, I have to go see a doctor. I have to go get medications. When they're desperate, they want to do whatever they can do. When they have their number, again, more of a guy thing, at that point they can actually contact you for information too. Do you ever call your patients the next day after their treatment? Sometimes, right? Okay, I do it. I try to do it every day if I can. It allows them again, we talked about earlier, medical amnesia. I wanted to ask that question. I forgot to ask this, what was that about? So after sending the videos to them about their stretches, I always call them the next day or that next shift and go, hey, so make sure your visit went well. We send the exercise to you. Any questions, my cell phone for you or your family. You can call or text me anytime. Let me know what's going on. When you give someone their number, do they call you? Do they text you? For me, very rarely, very rare, because they have your information ready. They're already comforted just by having the contact information. Once, like I said, once in a while they will call or text you, but it's very rare when they really have a problem. You know, most doctors don't do that. When you do that for your patients, it gives that little sense of ease that doctor cares about me, because we do. You know, that's the plan. We care about our patients, but we can show it to them to what they want to see, their perspective. They go, man, they do really care. You know, and again, I remember everyone's name every time, but can I know what's going on in their life because I have that filing cabinet in my head. I feel like people go to Sam's Club afterwards. After this, my wife knows. I don't remember what she told me. I said, you have to text me what you want from Sam's Club. If not, I don't remember. But I remember Johnny from 3 years ago that came in with back pain because he had a motorcycle accident. I don't know how. When you're a doctor long, again, you guys know this. When you're a doctor long enough, you understand what your patient's going through. You understand when you walk in the room, hey, Johnny, seen you for 3 years, but you had that motorcycle 3 years ago. How are you doing now? I remember, doc. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. You have your file cabinets, right, of patients that left an impression because you helped them so much. That's the plan. I think I have one more video. That's just the care thing here. Boom, boom, boom. Again, this is what we talked about before, too. If you want to take a picture, you can. No big deal. Basically, making sure that we cure occasionally, relieve often, and comfort always, right? Again, we talked about today. Again, I'm only here for 2 hours, maybe less than that, too. When I get out of here, you guys are stuck here, sorry. At that point, making sure that this is important to all of us. And again, adjustment, Paul had it for one, too. We know what the adjustment does. We know how to treat people. But making sure they come back, refer their family, become your lifetime patient, what they need, because you did this with them. You made that happen in their body and their mind to want to come back and seek more treatment. You know, I had someone come in. Brian I'd seen him for about 3 years. His daughter went from being obviously 6 to 9 now, and he works at USC. He works like 20 hours in a row. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to pay off my bills. Good for you. But he said, I'm coming because I said, we had just moved offices. Like, I went to your old office, the warehouse. I told him, yeah, I couldn't pay the rent. You got to pay the rent. And they kick you out. But then when we came to the office, like, hey, I remember seeing you 3 years ago. I had the same problem. I want to see you again. You know, perfect. When you have that rapport with people, they want to make sure they find you wherever you are. Even though we moved, he's going to find us. You know? So there. And one more thing. Boom, boom, boom. Here. Good. And again, this is just me. Get this thing to work. There we go. If you want information about how to get on my podcast, blah, 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 Instagram, all stuff too. I do podcasts for chiropractors all the time. For free, obviously, my self-information, all of it. You know? So it's fun to connect with other chiropractors. I connected with one guy 2 months ago, chiropractor in San Diego near me. He is 78 years old, 78, still practicing. You know, he loves what he does. He's from the Midwest initially and had a great story. You know, I have a chiropractor right now. He is retiring, healthy guy. He's 72. Him and his wife want to retire. They're done financially. So he's like, I want to send my practice. I'm going to interview him, again, tell a story. You guys, we all have stories as chiropractors. Been practicing long enough. Can we make sure people know what we do so you help the next generation of chiropractors also have that same standard of care? You know, we don't want to, as chiropractors, is our profession growing or becoming, there's less chiropractors out there? In California, are there less chiropractors or more chiropractors? Less. We're doing physical therapy, doing other stuff. They've lost that urge or that sense of becoming a healthcare practitioner that actually helps people. So can we be that next, help that next, I have Lauren, she's my intern right now. She's going to Cal State Fullerton up the street. She's my partner's replacement when he retires. So I have the next generation already coming in. So when you have that, if you want to call it confidence or ability to have a good standard of care, when you bring other people in your office, like I said earlier, interns, maybe from college, chiropractic school, or even high school too, allows you to keep your game up also, so you understand that our standard of care, I want to say, our standard of care in general is better than medicine because we're hands-on. If someone did this all day long, write scripts, I don't have to know you. Okay, Johnny, here's Sally, here's your script, boom, bye. Or here's your PT script, boom, bye. Here's your referral to the neurologist, bye. If I have to put my hands on somebody, I want them to trust me. I want to know them so they know we care about them, right? We have to do that. If not, it just becomes just manipulation. You know, I talked to one of my patients. She called me and goes, hey, my husband wanted me to call you because we're confused. I go, well, why? I go, well, they go, well, we saw this. She has an ankle issue too, besides your back. And she goes, well, my physical therapist said, I don't see a chiropractor anymore. Anymore. I'm like, well, why? I go, I'm not going to get mad yet. I'll get mad later. But something where I go, well, because my physical therapist said she can show me how to self-adjust my own body. Yes, perfect. You know, so I go, well, did she show you? You go, yeah, it did. She did, but didn't really feel the same. I go, what do you mean didn't feel the same? Didn't feel like she really got anything to move. Felt the same. You know? Well, I said, well, do you think you should see me then versus do your self-adjustment? Like, yeah, I'll see you Monday. So it's almost like let them tell you theirs versus going like if you're like the 5 or 10 high fives, high five, 2 or 10, 2 to 10, like driving, 10 to 2. Got it. Get here. So a lot of it is can we let our patients tell us what they think versus jumping. The physical therapist is wrong. You go, well, then start an argument. No. What they say, what do you think is right? Because we're going to adjust the whole spine. I asked her, did your husband say you should adjust your own neck then? She says, no way. Well, I'm adjust your neck. Oh yeah, PT didn't show me how to do that. That doesn't seem safe. You know, I had someone even yesterday too, the person I mentioned, she's pregnant. She'd gone to physical therapy for 2 months. Go, how'd it go? She said, nothing. I was like, how'd it feel from your adjustment? Phenomenal. High five. You know, it's almost like when you give someone a chance to experience what doesn't work, does it make your care more valuable? Yes. You know, I say I love physical therapists. They work great from the outside in. We're going to work from the inside out of your spine where the problem actually is to get you better. Does it make sense to you? What do? You nod your head, right? Piece of cake, easy, you know? Chiropractic isn't very complicated, but it took me years to get where I am. You know, I don't know wherever I am now, I guess. My wife would say not very far, but that's my wife. You guys have a good day. Hope you guys are entertained. Contact me if you want about your any social media stuff or my website or my podcast, because I do a lot of stuff all the time, but this is just fun for me. All right? Guys, have a good rest of the day. Thank you. My cards are out front. If you want one of my cards, take my cards out front. They're free. Yep, she has them out front. All right, take my 2 minutes.
You know when you're talking about the physical therapist?
Yeah.
just in general, I mean, I respect physical therapists.
Yeah.
What they're trained in and
What they specialize in, right?
Yeah, and I tell them I'm not a massage therapist, I'm not a physical therapist.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you have too. I've gotten patients that come in and I'm working with them, and usually Kaiser patients, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
HMO
they
insurance.
start telling me all this, and then I'll just say, so it sounds like you're under care by Kaiser, and they go, yeah, how'd you know? But no, the physical therapist, I've got patients that come in and they've had a bad experience with physical therapists. Because I'll say, we can do this and we can do that, and we'll see how it goes. And they go, what do you think? Do you think I should see physical therapy? I'm like, heck. Or sometimes they'll outright tell me I went to the physical therapist and this doesn't work in the medication. I don't want to be on medication.
Yeah.
And so later on when we're doing something, I said, well, for this, I'm not a specialist on physical therapists. I took a look at whatever national boards and I said, but I'm not a specialist. They take.
Thanks, Paul. Keep surfing, man.
I will.
Keep at it.
They get their degree. They get their degree in that. They've had a bad experience. They actually felt hurt. Like
It's a healing art, right? It's healing art.
Like they got hurt.
Yeah.
And they felt worse. So we'll do this next, and then you can go back and check and see what you want to do with physical therapy. But I kind of tell them, I said, why don't you give this a chance to work? And then see how you feel. They go, I'm never going back to that physical therapy. That hurt me. And they get, and I said, okay, but see, now they'll never go back, which is fine.
You almost gotta go, hey, maybe that. I always tell them, sometimes it's the person, not the profession.
Yeah, and that's what I say.
It's the person, not the profession.
They get injured, and I tell people, I said, sometimes you have a bad experience with that. It can happen anywhere. But I've heard a lot of people that, not just my patients, but I said, I went to physical therapy and it hurt, and I said, sometimes you get a little aggressive. You got to communicate with them. I said, if it's you're not there to get hurt, you need to stress, like you said, to get the muscle going. But you need to tell them, And then now I know the physical therapists. A lot of them, they do the history, the docs or whatever they
assessment,
are. Yeah, and then they send them off to someone else.
Yeah.
Or they send them in a corner.
The assistant.
I'll come back in 10 minutes.
Check on you.
Yeah, that's not him. I said, you need to get a physical therapist, and they need to watch you, what you're doing.
They have to be with you the whole time.
They're getting paid. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
And they can't just walk off.
Yeah. Well, they can walk because they're going to walk off and help someone else out. Have another physical assistant help them. It's more of getting more people in and out.
They're really not getting.
No. It's just. I understand. It is something to where.
I mean, I don't badmouth the therapist. I just
It's something to where.